Blessings to each of you. Hope y'all had a great week so far as we are coming into, here we go, the middle of the month, halfway through. Let's go ahead and double up the next half. So as you can see, today's topic is going to be a good one. We're diving into a story that might give you a little shift in perspective, and it is called The Man. So let me know. Let's get a little bit of gratitude in the chat. How's everybody feeling for today? Grateful to be alive. Grateful for another day, for the sun, for God, for each of you, for the opportunity, for these weekly events that we have. Actually, we have another Super Saturday coming up. If you guys are in Southwest Florida, if you guys are all around the country, we have Super Saturdays already laid out to be able to plug into. If you guys didn't get a chance to catch the convention, that's what these weekly events are for. That's what the monthly events are for. And eventually they lead into the huge events every 90 days. And we actually have them laid out for the whole entire year. The regionals are going to be set up every 90 days. So there's always going to be something to look forward to. We've got, we've got Indy, we have Texas, we have Vegas, and the last one, you got to hit me up to find out about the last location. So that's the schedule coming in for the summer and beyond. So everything's already lined up. But let's talk about the story. The man who won the lotto. So there's a story of a man, okay? And he's going through life. He's about 52 years old. And his whole life, he seems like he's been going through Murphy's Law, where it's just like one thing after the next, and he can never get his feet under him. And it seems like nothing works out his way, okay? So his whole life, he's had a tough life, and he's always constantly praying. He's like, man, I wish I could hit the lotto. I'm tired of working. I'm tired of having to go ahead and have this schedule. So day after day, he spends a couple dollars on the lotto, and he comes back broke almost every single month. And he's constantly praying. He's like, man, I wish I could hit the lotto. And what ends up happening, one day on Christmas, he goes in, he puts his $20 in, he gets his lotto ticket, he comes back, and turns out he actually wins $1 million. Okay? Now with the taxes and everything added up, it ends up not, being a little bit short, but he ends up winning a good chunk of money. And he's so thankful. He calls up everybody, calls up all his family, calls up all his friends, and it turns out in the next couple of months, okay, he ends up blowing a huge chunk of the money. He ends up giving a handful to his mom, a handful to his sister. He ends up gifting all of these people that are asking for money. He just says, you know what, here you go. He ends up spending all of this money on liabilities, on things that he never even needed. So guess what ends up happening? Fast forward a year and a half later, the old man is completely broke. He spent it. He bought a couple of things that aren't assets, they're liabilities. And after a year and a half, he has no money left. And he's sitting here thinking, he's like, how the heck was I able to lose all of this money? Well, here's the answer. If you guys have ever heard the phrase, so this is crucial. Same thing happens with wealth. This is why, again, if everybody got handed $1 million, most people would blow it. Because we don't have the mental capacity yet to be able to handle all of that money. So I had to realize, even along this journey, where we're sitting right now is exactly where we need to be. Because realistically, most of us, if we were handed that money, would you know what to do with it? Would you know how to invest it? Would you know how to multiply it? So if the answer is no, realize that all of the things that's happening inside of our life is setting us up to the abundant future that's on the way. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. And I always told, a lot of my friends and family, I almost wouldn't even want to hit the lottery because it takes away all the fun. You know how many billionaires and trust fund babies that we see that literally have no idea what to do with their life because they have all of the money in the world. They can buy absolutely anything that they wanted, and they're still not happy. They're still depressed. They're still always looking to go catch the next high. So when we can be grateful for where we're at, hold the vision, trust the process, and know the journey is always going to be worth 10 times more than the destination, because it is the person that we become along the way that is way more worth than whatever amount of money or destination that we get to. Because you can get lucky at the lottery, but if you lose it, the question is, can you go ahead and get it back? When you learn the skill sets, you can always get it back. So I love you, fam. If nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. I see your greatness, and I know we are just getting started. As always, we can be, do, and have anything. We can hold it in our mind. We can hold it right here in the hand. Blessed day, fam. It's game time. Let's go.